meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall, and if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Welcome everyone to Open Mic America. I'm Daphne Ramiel, your show host, and today I'm joined by TK Tran, our show engineer and also performer, and we're also introducing Rick Merritt as a co-host doing our interviews today. As you all might know, our mission is to support your local open mics, and it's our pleasure to present the more accomplished singer-songwriters who play at these events. Without gimmicks, without any frills, this is the beating heart of American music, that tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations. And performing for us today will be Melody Sunshine from Portland, Oregon. You can wave, Melody. Andee Joyce from Portland, Oregon. TK Tran, our show engineer too, from San Jose, California. Tracy Coletto from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Barrie Dempsey from McMinnville, Oregon. Michael Roth Rio from Rancho, New Mexico. Suzan Lundy from Guanajuato, I said that, Guanajuato, Mexico. Valdoria from San Jose, California. And last but not least, Deb Seymour from Seattle, Washington. And let's get our show on the road with our first performer. Welcome, Melody Sunshine. She likes to play with her friends, and they're gathered to jam around bonfires. And of course, one of her favorite places to play is Open Mic America, where she has been before. And she told us that she did just play for a group of people in Costa Rica at the hostel she was staying at, which sounds like it was quite a thrill. Take it away, Melody.
All right, thank you. It's wonderful to be here again. I'm going to play two songs for you today, and they're both kind of related, although they've been written 10 years apart. And they're just kind of about life and about letting go. And the first one that I'm going to play is called Clarity. Restless, full of fire, filled with new desire. I know it's all consuming, like a moth drawn to a flame, 'cause I feel it and I like it, even though I know it's gonna change. 'Cause there's one thing life has taught me: nothing stays the same. There's one thing that I'm sure of: we must all get used to change. Taking chances where romance is all we have is today. Tomorrow a mystery of what lies ahead. The wisdom that we carry are the chapters already read. Until the next time you see me cry, just stand by me and watch me fly. Spread my wings, embrace the clarity I see through open eyes. There are movers and shakers, and mindfulness meditators. in this together, although we're not the same. Connected to each other, it's the nature, it's the way. Until the next time you see me cry, just stand by me and watch me fly. Spread my wings, embrace the clarity I see through open eyes. Every day is a time for a new day. At the starting line, the lessons of tomorrow we don't get to choose. As long as we move forward, it's what we're here to do. Until the next time you see me cry, just stand by me and watch me fly. Spread my wings, embrace the clarity I see through open eyes. With no disguise.
Woo!
Bravo, Melody.
Woo!
Yeah.
This next song is called Flowers in the Vase, and it was just written this past December, so December 2021. And here we go. Driving, can't see what's ahead, 'cause my thoughts weigh heavy like lead. Feeling I've been here before, a shiny plaque with my name on the door. Feeling nothing but let down, like a fighter in the final round. I struggle to stay on my feet. I choke as I swallow defeat. 'Cause the flowers in the vase have turned brown. The tears in my eyes have burned out. I'm so tired and I need to catch my breath. I'll let the moment take care of the rest. It started when choices were made. The ripples fanned out like a wave. The circle was broke open wide, with only the pain left inside. I struggle to hold on so tight. Know something, no, it doesn't seem right. I'm watching it all disappear, but I'm tired of living in fear. 'Cause the flowers in the vase have turned brown. The stars in my eyes have burnt out. I'm so tired and I need to catch my breath. I'll let the moment take care of the rest. Letting go, the cards fall where they lay. Not giving up, but I'm walking away. No more compromise, no more sleepless nights. Just gonna do what feels right. 'Cause the flowers in the vase have turned brown. Stars in my eyes have burned out. I'm so tired and I need to catch my breath. I'll let the moment take care of the rest.
Woo! Melody. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thanks for kicking us off today, Melody. There's a lot of sunshine in your melodies.
Ba-dum-bum.
And those were really good grooves. Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you.
Are you doing any recording or any performing? And you're in Portland now, right?
Yeah, I'm in Portland. And I do play a lot of music with friends and a lot of jams and a lot of party jams and around fires. I was just playing today earlier with some friends, but I haven't gone out yet to like open mics or whatnot. And I suppose now it's getting a little bit, I guess I just didn't know what the culture was with COVID and all that kind of stuff. So if they're opening up again, that's lovely because I've heard of Artichoke in Portland and I have yet to be there. So it's on my list.
Yeah, we hear good things about that one. Actually, I did stop in there one time, so it's coming. It'll come back, and we'll have those great times again. Did I hear from Daphne you were just in Costa Rica? What's the story?
I was just in Costa Rica visiting my brother for my birthday. He goes there every winter, and he has been for years, and he has a community down there. And my brother, during COVID, picked up the ukulele, and we sing together. And we played for 2 hours for the hostel, and we basically had to stop playing because both of our fingers were hurting. But it was so great. I mean, we had our little performance, and it was totally impromptu, and it was on my actual birthday. And so that definitely felt like a performance and it was a performance and it was really fun and everybody was really appreciative. And, we played all covers so people could sing along and it was really great.
Cool. Sounds like a great spontaneous experience.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for kicking us off. Boy, you bring such a great positive vibe and it's a pleasure listening to you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. Back to you, Daphne.
Melody, thank you so much for that. And here is the next performer, also from Portland, Oregon, and also has been with us on the show before. Can't wait to hear you again. Andee, Joyce, get up on the stage. Andee plays at the Influence Music Hall in Hillsboro, Oregon, where a group of them met, and they're continuing to have outdoor open mics. And also she plays at the First Tuesday Art Walk under the Influence rubric. So there we go. Take it away, Andee.
All right. Thank you so much for having me here again. It's the rock star experience being here. So since it's kind of Valentine's Day adjacent, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. And by the way, thank you to everybody who's actually tuning in and watching this live instead of the superb owl. And I thought I would start with the oldest song in my repertoire. It's 18 years old. At that point, I had yet to discover a lot of things about myself, but this was like kind of the first clue of where I was going. This is called Venus, If You Will, and it's about the Venus of Willendorf, which is if you don't know what the Venus of Willendorf is, it's a prehistoric figure of a god, of what is alleged to be a goddess of some sort, and she's very full-figured. So I actually have a Venus of Willendorf soap mold, and I make soaps shaped like it. But anyway, here it goes. Venus, if you will, is a big, round mother, less than 5 inches high. But she goes around forever. She lay undiscovered 20,000 plus years until Willendorfers dug her up and made her a star. Oh. Venus, if you will, is a big, round mother, less than 5 inches high. But she goes around forever. She's older than dirt, but she's fresh as the morning. She's made out of stone, but she's lots of fun to hug. Venus, if you will, is one hell of a lover, 'cause she loves everybody and she's gonna love you too. She's a dream plain beige, but her light is every color, with nothing to disguise her, clothe her, cover her. Venus, 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 Venus. Ooh, Venus, if you will, is a big round mother, less than 5 inches high, but she goes around forever. She's solid through and through, and you could never destroy her. But if you listen closely, you can hear a tender heart. Venus, if you will, is a big round mother, but you can hold her power in the palm of your hand. She's everywhere you look, but there's nobody like her, and everybody needs a little Venus in their life. No hands, but she'll hold you tight all night long. No feet, but she'll dance with you clear through the dawn. No eyes, but she can see everything that's going on inside you, even if you think you don't want her to know. Venus, 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 Venus. Ooh, Venus, if you will, is a big round mother, less than 5 inches high, but she goes around forever. She lay undiscovered 20,000 plus years until Willendorfers dug her up and made her a star. Venus, if you will, is a big round mother, less than 5 inches high, but she goes around forever. She lay undiscovered, she lay undiscovered, she lay undiscovered, she lay undiscovered, she lay. Thank you.
Whoa! Bravo, Andee.
Bravo.
So creative. My goodness.
Thank you. Yeah, at the time I wrote that, I didn't really know I was getting back into music to stay. At that point, I was just kind of dipping a toe in the water, and yeah, I was a little too scared to go all the way with it at that point. But about, was it 12 years later, I did. So that was kind of my way back in. Second song is called Ice Cream Antisocial. And I wrote it before the pandemic, but it could actually be applicable to the pandemic, because basically it's about being able to have fun with your sweetie without having to be putting on airs or much of anything else. It goes like this. I dream of an ice cream and a social, just you and me. No local yokels, we'll each bring our own Ben and Jerry's, feed each other lines from Spinal Tap and strawberries. What sweeter way to lick the blues? It won't even matter whose spoon is whose. When I have my dream ice cream in a social with only you do 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 kazoo. social. It's still just a dream. But I am hopeful that when it comes to love, we'll walk it just like we talk it. Even if our stomachs ache from too much chocolate. Oh, I won't need one speck of makeup on my face. You won't have to put your socks on to take me someplace. When I finally, la da da, have my dream. I scream and I social, yeah, with only, yeah, only you do. Thank you.
Love that stomp at the end, Andee. Stomp.
Andee, I am a dairy-loving introvert, so an ice cream anti-social sounds perfect for me. I was looking at you before you played, and I thought, oh, that's an interesting brooch or necklace she has there. So wait a minute, that's a kazoo.
Well, I have a brooch on too, but this is, yeah, I put the kazoo on a string here so I don't have to worry about fumbling for it when when it's time to kazoo.
Yeah. Okay, so your website is called Normal Fauna Music.
That's correct.
What's that about?
Well, I have performed and recorded under the name Normal Fauna instead of my actual name. Part of why I did that was because I was also, at that point, and probably still to some degree, working as writing about autism, doing consulting about autism, this, and this, because I'm on the autism spectrum. And I figured if it would be a lot easier for somebody to find my music if it was under a specific name. Also, I thought Normal Fauna looked cooler on a T-shirt.
It grabbed my attention right away. I'm like, that's interesting. As did one of the titles of your songs. I love this title, although I didn't get to hear the song. Brian Wilson is Afraid of the Ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the first song I ever did here.
Oh, really?
In Mike America, yeah.
And that's about the Beach Boys guy who's so famous?
Yes, that Brian Wilson. It's that song is actually has been one of my most requested songs. I actually have people coming to me 2 years after they've heard it and saying, "I remember that Brian Wilson song you did at that open mic once." Like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, I see from that website that you do a lot of performing there locally in Portland and online. Mm-hmm. When's the next live or online event for you?
Oh, gee, well, there's probably going to be something. Yeah, that's right. There's going to be like Influence Music Hall is doing its thing at Fido's over in Tigard next Friday, and so we're kind of moving around and spreading it around and everything. Yesterday we played at a chocolate shop called Memansi over in Beaverton, and we'll probably be doing First Tuesdays for a while. I didn't do First Tuesday this past month because of Omicron, but I'm gonna probably get right back into it next month. So I'll be at one of those locations downtown in Hillsborough on First Tuesday.
Cool. Well, Andee, thanks for sharing your songs with us. They were a guest.
Sure.
Yay! Thank you, Andee.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm going to go to Portland and eat chocolate and listen to you. I think that sounds like a really good time, actually.
Thank you.
And next, we have from San Jose, California, our very own sound engineer, TK Tran. Yay! TK, good you're on the stage. And the stage that TK likes to play on, besides this one, and is the Red Rock Coffee in Mountain View. When I don't know if it's open now, but when it does, it's a cool place to go. So.
It's actually been going on every Monday, so that's where I've been every Monday night. Yeah.
Historically, Mondays has been it for years. My goodness.
Yep.
Well, take it away, TK.
All right. Thanks, Daphne. All right. Seeing as how Valentine's Day is tomorrow, I'm going to play 2 songs that touch on love, albeit these are not happy love songs. This first one is kind of a modern retelling of that story of that cowboy riding away, but it's from the cowboy's point of view. It's called In My Rear View. 'Tears rolling down your face. A lonesome feeling fills the air. We both knew it happened someday, but it's safe to say we ain't prepared. My shotgun seat is empty, your feet ain't on the dash. It's raining like hell tonight, and this goodbye will be the last. I ain't holding your hand, and you ain't holding mine. It's the final time I'll see you in my rear view as I drive off into the night. We say we'll cross paths again and cycle through the old cliches. This cab has never felt this quiet, even with the straight pipes and screaming rain. My shotgun seat is empty, your feet ain't on the dash. It's raining like hell tonight, and this goodbye will be the last. I ain't holding your hands, and you ain't holding mine. It's the final time I'll see you in my rear view as I drive off into the night. The funny thing this time around is it ain't the truck that's broke down. This shotgun seat is empty, your feet ain't on the dash. It's pouring like hell tonight, and I ain't looking back. I ain't holding your hand, and you ain't holding mine. It's the final time I'll see you in my rear view as I drive off into the night.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, TK.
Thank you. That's called In My Rear View. Don't ever actually put your feet on the dash, though. It's very dangerous. This next song is one I wrote recently. It's my most recent song. And this one's a little bit different than the one before. It's called Understand That I'm Over You. You left as quickly as you came in, leaving me how I've always been. There's no point in lying about the truth. The fact that I don't need another you. This song ain't to get you back. No, this song ain't gonna say none of that. And this song ain't about being blue. This song's for you to understand that I'm over you. No, it don't mean a thing now that you're gone. Not a damn thing's changed from you moving on. I got my guitar, cigarettes, and a bottle of Jack. Every strum, smoke, and sip puts you more in the past. This song ain't to get you back. No, this song ain't gonna say none of that. This song ain't about being blue. This song's to help you understand that I'm over you. Yeah, this song's to help you understand that I'm over you.
Wow. True country. Oh my gosh, TK.
Every song I hear from
Really
TK
fun.
sounds like an instant country classic to me.
Yeah. Sweet, sad, good songs. TK, I know from us hanging out at South Bay Folks and other places that you do a lot of writing. Are you saving your songs anywhere? Are you going to put them on YouTube channel, do some more recording, or what?
Yeah, so most of the songs I wrote, I record them on and put them on YouTube just for fun, and just to have a record of them. 'Cause sometimes you write songs and then a year later you forget how they actually go.
Yeah. So you got to have that archive somewhere. How did that go again? What key was that in?
Yeah, exactly.
Where did I capo that?
What was the melody?
Yeah, yeah. So I've always wondered this about you. You really seem to have the whole audiophile thing down very well. What's your background? How did you get into AV stuff?
So during college, I produced and hosted 2 podcasts, not about music at all, just about current events, and that was when I really got into sound and became obsessed with it. Basically, it's not a good thing to be obsessed about, especially when you're on work calls or other venues that don't value sound and it sounds terrible. It's annoying.
But boy, has it sure come in handy in the pandemic here on Open Mic America and other open mics where you've really helped out a lot because of that.
Yeah, it's something I love doing, and people ask me like hundreds of questions about it, and I never mind talking about it.
Cool. Okay, so I found out one new to me thing about you recently.
Okay.
When I was looking at, actually, it was Valdoria, who's going to play for us later, at her website, I was surprised to see in one of her videos you playing a mandolin. I'd never seen you play mandolin before.
That's because I don't actually play mandolin. It's just something I picked up during the pandemic. It's sitting on the wall. Sometimes I touch it, but there's too many strings for me. A guitar has 6 strings. This thing has 8.
And those frets are so tiny, you need like
Exactly.
little Mickey Mouse fingers to get into them.
Yeah, so it's fun to learn, but my main instrument's probably guitar.
Well, you're rocking it, man. So thank you. And thank you for making us all sound good.
Thank you.
Thank you, TK. I have a new word, pandomando. That's the mandolin you learned during the pandemic. So, Anyway, thank you for those beautiful songs. Never disappoint, and for engineering the show while you're doing those songs. And next we have with us Tracy Coletto from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Tracy says that she likes to play at the Steel City Coffee House in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. If I ever go to Pennsylvania, Tracy, I'll go there and find you. But now you got the stage, so you are on.
Okay. Can you hear me all right? So I'm going to share a couple of songs from an album I did called Chocolate Happy Cake. And these are kind of happy songs. The first one's called Open Road, and it's about procrastination and just not waiting. Just go for it if you really want to do something. Tearing away with no hesitation, this is the day we're no longer over mountains, rolling off extra weight, peeling off layers, throwing them all away. We've got the keys with no further delay. Open road, here we go. We should have done this years ago. Stretching beyond the bounds we've been making, knocking down walls and shedding no tears, peeling off layers, throwing them all away. We've got the keys with no further delay. Open road, here we go.
Oh, so
nice job.
So the second song, I'm going to just show you my chocolate happy cake. Half my head's gone. Anyway, the next song is called The Ride, which is about just living and your perspective of like when something happens to you, you have the choice to see things in a different light. So. Okay, you stomped on my foot, I'll just watch it. Although you stole my book, I guess you really needed it. The credit from me that you took, I'll take it as a compliment, and I'll know better next time. You want to only talk about you, I find this entertaining. You say that you don't like my shoes, well you don't have to wear them. You wish me to be somebody else, but you just stay the way you are, and it takes different kinds. Like a gator needs to fight like Godzilla, has to fight like the day gives in tonight. It's inevitable, we are bound to collide. So good, we'll be just fine, and thanks for sharing the ride. You think I'm an overgrown gator needs to bite like Godzilla, has to fight like the day. Gives in tonight, it's inevitable, inevitable. We are bound to collide. It's all good, we'll be just fine. And thanks for sharing the ride. Do la 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 la. La 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 la. Like a gator needs to bite like Godzilla, has to fight like the day. Gives in tonight, it's inevitable, inevitable. We are bound to collide. It's all good, we'll be just fine. And thanks for sharing the ride. Oh, thanks for sharing the ride. Oh, thanks for sharing the ride.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Very fun. Very nice.
Cool, Tracy. Not too many positive songs that get both gators and Godzilla in them.
Yeah, the Godzilla thing, it's just a joke, and I put it in there. My husband's like, just keep it. So
Yeah, it's fresh. So, as is the title of your CD, Chocolate Happy Cake. Now, I looked
yeah.
around. There's not a song called that. So, where did the title come from?
Okay, so there is a song called Complete Peace, and it's a story about me crossing the country by myself on a train. And I stopped in San Francisco where I had a good friend, and it was my birthday. And for a surprise, she made a cake. But she forgot to put birthday, the word birthday, on the cake. It was a chocolate cake, and it was a Happy Tracy cake. And so when I did Complete Peace, it was in the lyric. I said, "Wake up to laughter and a chocolate happy cake," because she was cracking up. She couldn't believe that she forgot the word birthday. And I was recording the song, and somebody at the studio was like, "What is a chocolate happy cake?" And I'm like, "That's the name of the album." It's just such a weird title. I just wanted to share it, I guess.
Yeah, well, it
What's
captured
in
my
there?
imagination.
Yeah.
I had to know more. As did I thought. I really like the description of your sound on your website. You refer to your sound as ambient, atmospheric, dream pop folk.
Well, yeah. I I really don't know what my stuff is like. Sometimes I've been told they sound more like show tunes, which it would be natural since I grew up outside of New York and what really was into Broadway and stuff like that. But the fast forward to recording, a lot of my stuff has a lot of ambient quality to it, and I do everything from alternative country to like experimental. So I just kind of I asked somebody and who I respected, and that's what they came up with. So
Yeah, and a lot of nice production quality on that CD too. So, do you like to get involved in that when you're doing a CD, to get involved in what the production's going to be like, and we're going to have this instrument come in here, and I'm going to do some of that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually, I picked the people out. The producer Glenn Barrett, who did Chocolate Happy Cake, did a wonderful job, and I wanted strings on this one. I wanted this on, I love strings, so there's a lot of cello and things like that. So yeah, definitely, and I was always open to things, but I kind of had an idea to begin with, so.
Well, it certainly paid off. So, thanks for sharing with us a couple slices of your happy cake, and we'll look
Thank
forward
you.
to another serving sometime.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay.
Yay. Thank you so much, Tracy. I'm glad I got to hear you. I'd like to hear more. And next we have from McMinnville, Oregon, Barrie Dempsey back on the show. And Barrie has told us that he likes to play at the Cellar Bar at Hotel Oregon in McMinnville, and at the open mic with Freddie Lamb, which, in case you want to go, is on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Take it away, Barrie.
Okay, hi guys, an open mic. This first song is on my Line in the Sand CD. This is called People Aren't Made of Stone. is our world. We made it happen. We built a place where we can just survive. I close my eyes and pretend I'm napping. Open wide and there's just no surprise. But there are hearts out there somewhere, making sure we don't get lost. Helps me feel so not all alone to know that people aren't made of stone. I got no answers for this future. Seems like it's just gonna roll on by. But I can sure say it can't get much looser before the wheels fall off this one-way ride. But there are hearts out there somewhere, making sure we don't get lost. Helps me feel so not all alone to know that people aren't made of stone. Where to go when things get crazy? Who to know when things aren't right? Laying down just makes you lazy, letting you know you can't rely on hindsight. Sometimes I don't know what I'm after. Who knows what you can really settle for? I feel I just try for that fun and laughter. It gives a way to make an open door. But there are hearts out there somewhere, making sure we don't get lost. Helps me feel so not all alone to know that people aren't made of stone. To know that people aren't made of stone. To know that people aren't made of stone.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Barrie.
That sounds good. I like it.
What a great song. Oh, he's getting his harmonica. Ooh.
So this next song is the title song off the CD Line in the Sand. And it's basically about, being honest and true and just doing the right thing. And there's a line that you cross over, and everybody knows it's there. So here it goes. There's a line in the sand, and everybody knows it's there. It's a measure of a man, nobody seems to care. You throw away the rules, get over that line. It'll all come back to get you, it's a matter of time. You will never know what you have done. There's a moral and a code, and everybody knows it's true. You can take the easy road, is that what you should really do? You throw away the rules, get over that line. They'll all come back to get you, it's a matter of time. You will never know what you have done. Get a little bit of sand, throw it out against the sun. It'll blind you when it can, never show you where to run. You throw away the rules, get over that line. It'll all come back to get you, it's a matter of time. You will never know what you have done. We'll never know what you have done. La 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 la
Oh, yeah.
Really good.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, real feel good stuff, Barrie. That was goes down easy. So I've traveled a fair amount around Oregon, and I've never run into McMinnville. Can you give me a little picture of it?
Well, it's only here if you're here. I've figured out that nobody knows where it is until they get here. Right? Actually, it's what are we closest to?
Salem or Portland?
We're like kind of between Salem and Portland.
And what's it like? What's the town like?
Well, it's a small town, but if you know where the Air Museum is, the Evergreen Air Museum, that's McMinnville. We're near the Air Museum. So it's it's a little rural, but the town is a wonderful little town. We love it.
Cool. Well, you have such an open, easy sound to your music, and I listened to a few cuts from your CD and got that feeling like, oh, here's a bunch of people who are friends sitting around on a Saturday afternoon jamming together with the dobros and the harmonicas and the guitars, and was that kind of the case? Was this like your local music circle together?
Yeah, I grew up like that. That was it's funny that you say it like that, because it hits me like that. I've grown up playing with musicians my whole life. So, and back in New Jersey and Pennsylvania and in San Diego, California, just all over the place. So just jamming with people and playing with different songwriters and duos. And now I'm just doing my own thing with the songwriting and playing on my own and doing gigs.
Anything coming up?
Yeah, it's funny you ask. So on March 3rd, I'm playing at the Oregon Gardens Resort. I'm also playing there on April 7th. And then on April 13th, I'm doing a local roots television showcase. It's a Salem local channels on channel 21, 22, and 23. That's on April 13th. And then Emerson Winery, I'll be playing at July 1st. So
cool.
There's a few.
Live music is coming back.
I hope so. I sure
Well,
hope so.
yeah. Thanks for sharing yours with us. It really, it's a, you got a great feel good sound.
Well,
Oh, I'd go to
thank you,
your live
Rick.
shows. Thank you. I would go to your live shows anytime, Barrie. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Daphne.
much. Wow. Well, come visit us again, but we really enjoyed those songs.
Appreciate
And
it.
now
Thank you.
I would like to introduce Michael R.J. Roth from Panama City, Florida. And Michael's go-tos are the Dallas Songwriters Association, where he played recently in their awards show. So that tells you something. And the New Mexico chapter of the International Western Music Association. Over there in Panama City, where I understand Michael is relatively new, he's discovered a cool little venue called Little Village, and he just played there today. Now he's playing here. So take it away, Rick.
Take it away, Rick, or take away Michael?
Michael.
Oh,
Take it
okay.
away, Michael. Take it away, Michael.
I didn't know if you had, Rick was going to ask me some trick
So
questions.
Michael R.J. Roth from Panama
RJ.
City, Florida. He's the one who's supposed to take it away right now.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's a hard name to pronounce, and most people can't. And yeah, I just arrived here in Panama City from New Mexico. Where I lived for. Actually, I lived most of my life there. But anyway, here I am. It's a new place, and I thought, this being the St. Valentine's Day Eve, I would do some like love songs, and the problem is that most of my love songs are heart-wrenching things, and so I'll do one of those because I have a lot, and this is what I call my Hank Williams meets Rod Serling PTSD breakup song called "If I Step Onto That Train." Of course, the train is the Hank Williams part. The rest of it is pure Twilight Zone. But I like it anyway. A cheerless and distracted woman steps onto a train. I don't know where she is going. I don't know if she is sane. But she looks like she is walking through a portal to a time or a dimension where they store up the little things I forgot to mention when we met. And if I step onto that train, will I then travel through all time without a clue? Or will I find a home with what remains of the love that I believed I had with you? Was I a fool to think it ever really happened? And is it true that somewhere in another universe you are thinking of me too? I remember when our love was once as common as the air, a thing you take for granted till it's no longer there. You said my memories had no more substance than the early morning mist, or the sadness of a diamond in a pawn shop by the station where we kissed. If I step onto that train, will I then travel through all time without a clue? Or will I find a home with what remains of the love that I believed I had with you? Was I a fool to think it ever really happened? And is it true that somewhere in another universe you are thinking of me too? And suddenly I'm lost without a compass to your heart, trying to find my place on some imaginary chart, to reconstruct the code of truth and lies, to find the words you really meant, and mend the fabric of the stars that rips apart with every sunrise since you left.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Thanks.
Good song.
I don't know. Yeah, I usually have to take, like the muscle relaxants after I sing that song. No, not really. Actually, I find those things very, very healing. So if you're suffering from post-traumatic breakup syndrome, you can find that on my website, easyheroes.com. So, but I wanted to do kind of more of an actual love song, and I happened to have one that's fairly new. I wrote this with Eric Ramsey. He's a Phoenix singer-songwriter, and it's on my latest CD called The Ruins of Our Age. It's called For a Song. You sang of your love for a cowboy in a Red River coffee shop, how he broke your heart and left you with nothing but a song. With your tie-dye shirt and your dangling beads, like your teardrops he left in the dirt. You hung out your pain on guitar strings, with a voice that would crack in the places that hurt. But if you could sing a song for me, I'd rewrite the tale of your life. A man doesn't have to be mean to be strong. I'd put joy in your voice and make you my wife for a song. I was enchanted by the melody, fragile notes like finest glass, so tender, sung so breathlessly, I wanted it to last. Well, I've got no horse and no saddle, just a garden, flowers and dreams, watered by colors of passion. You'd be singing those songs to me. And if you could sing a song for me, I'd rewrite the tale of your life. Man doesn't have to be mean to be strong. I'd put joy in your voice and make you my wife for a song. I'd put joy in your voice and make you my wife for a song.
How soulful that is.
Yeah. Thank you, Eric, for that. And the trouble with co-writers is that they don't always sing in the same key, and it's like I gotta try to stretch to reach Eric's Eric's range. But anyway,
Oh yeah. Do you do a
yeah.
lot of co-writing, Michael?
I do a fair amount actually, yeah. With Eric and Harry Wolf, we used to play together in Santa Fe back in the '80s, and we've kept on, writing songs, and I've written several, with other people when I get the chance. I list them off here, but I'm afraid I'd leave somebody out and offend somebody, so I'm not gonna do that right now. But you can find them on my website. Those names are up there.
EasyHeroes.com. Now, where did that title come from?
It came from Songs for Easy Heroes. It came from Easy Heroes. Actually, we use that. It's from actually a collection of poetry that I wrote back in college, and I liked the title. And then when Harry and I played in Santa Fe, we called the duo Easy Heroes, and so I just liked it. It just seemed kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, you got a ton of music on your website, easyheroes.com, and listening to a lot of the tunes, I kind of got this impression. It reminds me of that phrase that you hear, 4 chords and the truth.
Yeah, yeah, maybe 5 sometimes. I don't know.
6.
It's you never think. And I got to hang out with Laura McKenna a little bit a couple years ago, and she kept insisting. She says, "I only know 4 chords. I'm not that smart." It's like, oh yeah, right, okay. But it's not that. It's like what you do with them, and just like anything, the guitar only has 6 strings, and but then you listen to different people play the guitar, and it's just extraordinary what can go to. And of course, the English language is, well, you got a million words there. You can write anything you want. So.
And then you got this deep, wonderfully, I don't know, reedy, gravelly voice to put behind them, which really highlights whatever you're doing.
Yeah, it's dragged by a truck. I know it gives it some flavor. The dirt road, you get the taste of the dirt road with the song. So yeah.
And now, if I heard correctly, you're in Panama City. Should we be expecting a lot of sea songs in the future?
Well, you never know. I've say I just moved here, so I'm kind of just acclimatizing myself to it. It's a very great little welcoming music community here, and I've been meeting some of the folks here, and it's been very welcoming. I miss my New Mexico pals, and also, but I was living in the DC area called the DMV, and I miss all those guys too, and you just have to keep moving. I've lived in a lot of places over the years, and I keep thinking, okay, I want to stop here, but you never know what's going to happen, and ended up here in Florida. I never really thought of Florida as a place to go to, but it's pretty nice. I like it. And that's
Well, I hope you encourage some of those Panama City new friends to sign up for Open Mic America, come and visit us, play for us, and expand the community.
Yeah, well, I was just playing at an open mic there, and I mentioned it, and a couple people responded on Facebook to the posting I made from here, so I think you may have some new fans from here, hopefully.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing your songs with us today, Michael.
Thanks for having me. It's great.
Thank you, Michael. Wow. I would like to go to Panama City, Florida one day too. All these places that everyone is from, and there's little music communities there. It makes me want to start traveling around and listening to people. Speaking of traveling around, we are still going to stay in the South, but now we're going to go west, and we are going to hear Suzan Lundy from Guanajuato, Mexico. And she hosts the Guanajuato Open Borders Open Mic. But her favorite open mic forever, she said, is the Artichoke in Portland. So take the stage, Suzan.
That's right. Thank you, Daphne. It's so fun to be on this show. And What a great group of musicians you have this time is fantastic. I'm happy to be here. Anyway, yeah, I'm in Mexico. But I thought I'd play a song that I wrote a long time ago back when I used to live up north. There are no trains in this old town. There are no tracks to follow down. There is no lonesome whistle sound. There are no trains in this old town. There are no railroad ties to bind. There are no railroad ties to bind. There are no stations on this line. This is the truth, a simple fact. There are no trains around here to bring you back. There are no engineers with striped hats, no conductors waving from the back. There is no click, there is no clack. There are no trains around here to bring you back. There ain't no need to know the schedule. This old town ain't on that map. There are no crossings, no red caboose, no danger on the tracks. There are no trains around here to bring you back. There are no stories here to claim of accidents or acts of fame. There is no damsel laying on the tracks. There are no trains around here to bring you back. There'll be no kissing on the platform, no celebration when the train rolls in. There is no coming light when the night is black. There are no trains around here to bring you back. There is no coming light when the night is so black. If you leave now, there are no trains to bring you back. Thank you.
Nice.
Oh, Suzan.
Thank you. I wrote that song on a plane. Yeah, all in one swoop.
Oh, those are the best kind.
Yeah, it was pretty fun to get that voice out of the window on the plane that said, "Okay, get your notebook. I got something for you." It was pretty cool. The next song I'm gonna write, I wrote in 2010, and I was watching this drama unfold on the local news, a mining accident in West Virginia that really touched me in a way that has stuck with me. And anyway, it's called Massey Miners Blues. Alice got the call today. 29 miners fell, they say. It was April, but a very hot day. Alice needed her coat. Into the light of day, They brought 7 right away. 18 lay where they could see, but 4 remained a mystery. Are you warm tonight? Is your bath just right? Are you watching the news? The Massey Miners Blues. John, oh Jonathan, oh John, get your brother Tim and take a breath, unclench your fist, don't let this ruin your life. The air is thick and it's dark as hell in the chamber 5 miles in. 1,000 feet of rock above my head. Are you warm tonight? Is your bath just right? Are you watching the news? The Massey Miners Blues. The air is thick and dangerous, just like the inspector found a miss. But now they say, pull back, pull back, pull back and breathe. Tap, tap, drill. Tap, 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 they may be alive still. Tap and drill. It's deathly still. Are you warm tonight? Is your bath just perfect? Are you watching the news? The Massey Miners Blues. Thank you.
Oh gosh. Bravo.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a gripping tale, Suzan. That's especially for somebody who's a little claustrophobic to think about people stuck like that.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know about Guanajuato. Can you draw us a little picture of what that's like down there for you?
Well, it's very easy. The weather is perfect. It's a little cold right now because we're high up in the mountains at about 6,500 feet. So at night it gets cold. But the days are sunny and beautiful, and we live in the central part of town, which is the old part of town. The buildings here are hundreds of years old. It's kind of a colonial architecture here. It's in the top 10 most beautiful cities in the world, according to somebody, I don't know, whoever wrote that, I don't know. But there's a university with thousands, tens of thousands of students. It's an urban university. Of course, the last 2 years they've been gone, but they're starting to come back now, and we've missed them so much. It's a liberal arts school, engineer school. There's all kinds of beautiful students here. It's also the capital of this state, so the government is here, which kind of gives Guanajuato a middle class that you might not see in some other cities of the same size in Mexico. It's beautiful, it's clean, it's safe. There's great food. Lots of music, lots of street musicians. We found everything we needed here, including the fact that we don't have to have a car. So that's
Nice.
what it's like.
We're all on the way. We're hopping on a plane, and you just sold us. So
Yeah.
it sounds beautiful. And yeah, I had heard that there's a lot of music in Mexico. I haven't been down enough myself to find out firsthand, but what's the music scene like there?
Well, we have a symphony every weekend that plays that's attached to the university. And this is really important because for us, it matters. In America, it seems like the symphony is kind of exclusive for certain people who can afford to go. But here, it only costs about $4.50 to go hear a full-on symphony. And the people go, the regular people go to hear the music. So there's a lot of that. There's tons of people on the street playing for pesos, and they're wonderful. There's our favorite band is a Cubano band. They play Cubano music, but they're Mexican people, and we'd go out dancing 2 or 3 times a week. The music is fabulous here. I love it.
Yeah, okay, so I'm definitely booking that vacation ticket. Okay, tell me about your music. Are you doing any recording or performing there?
Well, I do perform a little bit. I always open up our open mic. So my Valentine and I do a little open mic, and then he's the MC for the show. But um, I am not really doing any recording right now. I have started a songwriters group here, though. I'm hoping to expand that and really help develop that, because there are a lot of people. I think songwriting is a fantastic outlet as a creative outlet, and being able to share that with other people is great. So that's kind
Cool.
of what I'm working on right now, holding space for other people more.
Yeah, yeah. We'll bring some of them on here. I think we're going to have to rename ourselves Open Mic International.
See, there you go.
All right.
Why not?
Thanks, Susan.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Susan, and I love your stories. Not only your music, it really does make me want to do what Rick just said, I've got to say. And now from I can say hometown, because I was born there, from San Jose, California, we have Valdoria. Now, Valdoria likes to play at the Red Rock, the same place TK likes to play, but seems like she went to the Center in San Francisco just recently, and I hear it was a very wild party. So,
Uh, yeah, that was super fun. I've been to a lot of open mics around. I've been just trying out new places because I've gone to the Bazaar in San Francisco. I've done Cafe Zoe in Menlo Park, and then so last Friday I went to the Center SF, and it was the most like collaborative improvisational open mic I've ever been to, and that was really super fun.
oh,
So,
wow. So I hope it inspired you.
oh yeah, big
And
time.
now we're going to get you on our stage to play for us. Take it away, Valdoria.
Okay, well, this first song, because I was here last December, and I had intended to play this song, um, but I'm not actually from San Jose, so I played like a song that I wrote about moving here. So the song I'm gonna play now is called Midnight Mass, and it was something I wrote last October. And I was trying, like, I had a show in San Francisco, and I was trying to come up with something spooky for it because it was gonna be like the day before Halloween, and so I wrote. I was thinking, what's spooky that I've experienced, and really, I haven't really experienced much that in the realm of spookiness. But I had just watched Midnight Mass on Netflix, and while I wrote it, like I feel like it captured the essence of the series, but it was not spooky at all. It captured a different essence of the series, but it's still fun for me to do. I like the bass line, so we're gonna do that now. This is Midnight Mass. Pour the salt on the memory, trying to keep it savory. Broke the bread, took a bite of your body. Supplicate, oh my Magdalene, proffering all your secret sins. Pour the wine, slake your thirst in the covenant. Can you separate the snakes from the saints? An ordinary face can still hide the stains. The moment that we fell, did love go to waste? An arbitrary grace wrapped up in good intentions. The allure of the flame leaves you tumbled in ash, chasing after a ghost light, blinded by the past. Does it illuminate or consume? Oh, hallelujah, honey. Pour the salt on the memory. Father, please have some faith in me. Do you witness His forgiveness? Ease the suffering. Can we separate the will from the faith? Are we set in place to find our own way? The moment that we fall, does love go to waste? And with heaven's call, we're moved by desire. The allure of the flame leaves you tumbled in ash, chasing after a ghost light, blinded by the past. Does it illuminate this midnight mass?
Woohoo!
Yeah. Valdoria.
Thank you. So that was Midnight Mass, and the next one is I guess it's a love song. It's called What You Do to My Heart. Oh, I'll try that again. I can't sleep at night. My brain is too turned on. It started with a humming of the fridge and the streetlight so bright, throwing shadows through my window, though curtains are drawn. Oh, how I fill my days to distract from all my thoughts. I go on in an ordinary way, but night puts on a play of the things that I say that I wish I forgot. And I didn't need need you here. You weren't here at the start, so why did it hurt me so when you chose to depart? What you do to my heart? What you do to my heart? I can't sleep at night. My brain is too turned on. I come up with the perfect thing to say. We've already parted ways. You were never gonna stay. It's killing me. You're gone. I still have such love for you, and it wakes me in the dark. I'm so full of your memory, I'm crumbling apart. What you do to my heart? What you do to my heart? Nothing would have changed when all is said and done. My mind puts on 1,000 shadow plays, and every encore is the same, cause all my parting lines are lame. It doesn't matter what I say, nothing could have made you stain. If you want, you would curl, but now we never speak at all. Now we never speak at all. Every encore is the same, cause all my parting lines are lame. It doesn't matter what I say, nothing could have made you stain. If you want, you would curl, but now we never speak at all. Now we never speak at all. Where do I put my love for you when it wakes me in the dark? I don't know why it's spilling out. I scream and shout. I don't need this feeling now. What'd you do to my heart? What'd you do to my heart? What'd you do? What'd you do to me? What you do? What you do? What you do to my? What you do to my heart?
Oh, Valdoria, I wish you could my heart listening to you.
Thank you.
Valdoria, I remember seeing you for the first time at that open mic in Saratoga, and that big expressive voice of yours just, even though this was an open mic on the sidewalk, people got quiet and they were listening up, and people like walking down the sidewalk, stop walking. You just, you grabbed them with your voice. That was really nice.
That's funny because all I remember were the cars honking. I thought they were like, I don't know. I thought I was being trolled.
Yeah, it's always a little dicey playing on the sidewalk because you never know if a truck's going to come by or motorcycle or sports car.
Big time.
Valdoria is an interesting name. Can you tell us anything about it?
I'd like to. It's my maiden name. It's my middle name legally. It's my maiden name, and I don't really know much about it besides the fact that I'm related to most of the Valdorias you will find in the world, and I found out recently that it is actually the name of a little province in Italy. So I'm thinking because I'm Filipino, maybe it was like a colonization thing. So like an Italian colonizer came to a little Filipino village, and that's how I got the name. So
well, you'll have to go over there and colonize a little piece of Italy and say, hey, this is my territory here. Here's my hood.
Yeah, well, it's just a little tiny place, I think. So That's all I know about it. It's in Italy. It's tiny. It's a province.
Now, I'll go with any little piece of Italy, no matter how small.
Mhm.
So I see from your website you do a lot of recording and videos, and you're playing around a lot. The open mics are opening up, and that's really great. So, what's next for you?
I am so prolific. I've been trying to record like an album, but I keep writing faster than I can record. So I'm starting to work with a couple of people to record an album of sorts. Just experimenting so far, but yeah.
That's a nice problem to have when your stuff is coming up and it's coming out of you, and you're writing faster than you can capture it. That's a little scary, but cool too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a challenge. I almost never like I started doing the YouTube because it was fast and easy and it was just a way to get my ideas down. But
Yeah.
they happen so fast and I tend to move along with my emotions. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, thanks for sharing some of that big voice and big expressiveness today with us. It's really great. So, write
Thank you for
more and come
having
back
me.
soon.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate being here.
Well, Valdoria, thank you so much for that heartfelt performance. And now, sadly, we're not there yet, but we are coming to the end of our evening. And we have one more beautiful performer left, and that is Deb Seymour from Seattle, Washington. That's where she's from. That's not necessarily where she is. And I'm going to let Deb just tell you quickly about where she likes to play because I didn't write that down. So, Deb, take it away.
Well, thank you, Daphne. And to my fellow performers on Open Mic America, it's been a delight listening to all of you and all the different styles and genres and voices. It's been just a lovely evening. And to you folks out in YouTube land, I hope that you are enjoying the show as much as I am here. I am from Seattle, Washington. I'm currently visiting near Daphne in Sacramento River Delta area, and I'm in the ancient family farmhouse attic. And yeah, and where do I play normally? During normal times, my favorite open mics in Seattle are the Couth Buzzard Books, C&P Coffee House in West Seattle, and I'm a regular at Grumpy D's. That's not for Deb, that's for Dan. Grumpy D's open mic as well. I also play regularly at Siglio Cellars. I do a lot of house concerts, and I'm looking forward to some live gigs coming up in March. I'll be playing down in Arizona and starting to tour again after 2 years of not doing so. So Seattle is a maritime town, of course, and when you have a maritime town, that means you have boats. And most people would say, if you mention cleaning on a boat, oh, that sounds terrible, but most people are thinking about the outside of the boat. What about the inside of the boat? What is that like to clean? I just couldn't imagine. Here's a little cleaning shanty for you. Oh, I am a cleaning woman, many houses I do keep. They send me on many a job, my stalwart agency. But the latest place they've sent me is unusual, I'd say. I'm cleaning for 2 liveaboards on a boat on Elliott Bay. And the skipper and his missus are as kind can be. They tell me to clean how I want, but this they say to me: you can't use toxic chemicals, they'll drain into the drink. And cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. All aboard, all aboard, all aboard, all aboard. You can bring your mops and buckets, brooms, and even an ironing board. But don't use toxic chemicals, they'll drain into the drink. And cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. Well, the kitchen's now a galley, the bathroom's now a head. The bedrooms are called cabins with bunks instead of beds. Don't mix up your vocab or they'll make you walk the plank. Cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. And then there is the dashboard, but here it's called a bridge, with many a knob and dial that you'd better not miss-hit. You turn the wrong one on and or the side you go push this show. Cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. All aboard, all aboard, all aboard, all aboard. You can bring your mops and buckets, brooms, and even an ironing board. But don't use toxic chemicals, they'll drain into the drink. Oh, cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. There's lots of brass to polish. You've got to make it shine, and lots of wood to polish too, made of a grain so fine. Make sure you use the oil of teak, not the one of mink. Oh, cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. And then there are the brownouts. They happen all the time. The wash machine and dish machine don't like to share the line. If you turn them on at once, oh, cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. All aboard, all aboard, all aboard, all aboard. You can bring your mops and buckets, brooms, and even an ironing board. But don't use toxic chemicals, they'll drain into the drink. Oh, cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. Well, you ask me what the difference is between a boat and yacht. Well, they say yacht makes its own ice, a pleasure craft does not. Ha! All I know, my nose, it knows mold anywhere it stinks. Oh, cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. You've rubbed and scrubbed and dubbed. It's time to call it a day. When you hear the sound of a tug and barge on good old Elliott Bay. One blow of the smokestacks, the soot falls black like ink. Oh, cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. All aboard, all aboard, all aboard, all aboard. You can bring your mops and buckets, brooms, and even an ironing board. But don't use toxic chemicals, they'll drain into the drink. Oh, cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. All aboard, yo ho, yo ho. You can bring your mops and buckets, brooms, and even an ironing board. But don't use toxic chemicals, they'll drain into the drink. Oh. Cleaning on a boat is not as easy as you think. Last dollar. True story.
We're all singing with you, Deb.
Oh, I'm so glad.
All
I'm so
aboard.
glad. I think it was kind of obvious where to kind of sing all aboard. That is a true story. When I first moved to Seattle, I took a job with a house cleaning agency. And one day they said, would you be willing to clean a boat, a big yacht? And I said, sure, why not? Hey, that rhymes with yacht. I'm so clever. Anyway, my next song has a little bit to do with Valentine's Day because it's about love. And what I've learned in being a relationship with my dear man, Jason, for over 16 years, is that sometimes the best things to say in a relationship is, yes, dear, and you're right. Here's a song about the second half of that equation. You can all snap your fingers on this one. Well, you say I've got challenges that I ought to beat. Well, you're right. You're so very right that I ought to handle them rather than weep. Oh, you're right. You're so very right. You say I'm too sensitive and pensive and glum, that I'd be better off if I'd loosen up. Oh, well, you're right. You're so very right. You've righted yourself right out of my life. Oh, you say that my cooking is offbeat and crazy. Well, you're right. Oh, you're so very right. And how I do dishes proves that I'm lazy. Well, you're right. Oh, you're so very right. And how I drive is frightful indeed. Oh, you say you drive better, though you always speed. But you're right. You're so very right. You've righted yourself right out of my life. Oh, say, Mr. Righteous, what is it you've got that you're right? Oh, that you think you're so right, that you're always right and I'm always not right. Oh, I'm never right. Oh, if love's a democracy, so like you say, then why are you taking my rights away? Oh, but you're right. You're so very right. You've righted yourself right out of my life. Oh, you say that you're better off living alone. Well, you're right. You're so very right that you never loved me. I should have known. Well, you're right. right. You're so very right that I deserve better. That's what you say. Someone who loves me, who's willing to stay. Think about that for just 1 minute. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're so very right. You've righted yourself right out of my life. I said you're right. You're right. You're so very right. You righted yourself right out of my life. I said you're right. You're right. You're so very right. You've righted yourself right out of my life. Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
What a way to end this show.
Thank you so much. A little acapella for you this evening.
Yeah, and a cappella takes a good voice. I wouldn't dare do a cappella. If I start off in C, I'm going to wind up in E flat by the time I end.
That's what tuning the voice comes. See, tune the guitar, tune the voice.
Oh, it's in there, is it? Okay.
Oh yeah, it's right here. You just go like this. Go.
I'll work at it. Lovely. Thank you for sharing that. And I think you give a new meaning to Mr. Right.
I have to say that was someone I dated, and every word in that song is something he said to me when he said we're through. Every single word.
And he didn't know it was a co-write, did he?
No, he didn't know it was a co-write. The good news is that I finally played it for him years later after we had gone through all the, what went wrong, why didn't this work? He's still a good friend of mine. And actually, the woman he has been with now since our relationship, we both sort of took one step to the right and round up with the white people, and all four of us are friends, but she's the one that figured it out, because I was singing that with my then band at the Northwest Folklife Festival in Seattle, and apparently his girlfriend turned to him and goes, "Did she write this about you?" And he was all like, "Well, no, I think it's a composite of all these men she kind of did. She's a really good songwriter, and yeah, I was a real jerk when I dumped her." Talk about comeuppance.
That's a great story.
That's hysterical, I know.
Yeah, songwriters get the last word for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I loved going on your website and seeing you describe yourself as Joni Mitchell meets Lucille Ball.
Well, thank you. That's what one of my fans said. And usually I play guitar, as I think you noticed. It's just we had some sound issues tonight, so I went a cappella because I want it to sound good. I understand, good audio. It's challenging to do it on the phone without full control of my at-home studio. But hey, you work with what you have. And I guess because I also sing serious songs, I sing serious ballads, but I like to mix it up with songs. I'll go from singing about colonoscopies to tender, broken heart, tropic wind love songs and songs of social confidence, then back to blaming it on the dog and chickens stuck in engines. And then, I don't know. I wouldn't have described myself like that, but when my fans said that, I said, I think I like that, because it's always been hard to pick. I've never really known how to describe my music.
Well, you might have to come back sometime and do the colonoscopy song. I think we need to.
I think I did that last time, but I can always do it again next time. I don't remember what I did last time. I do an awful lot of online stuff since the pandemic has started. I'm so grateful for it because I've been meeting all these wonderful people like yourselves and people in England. And I've got, that's why I have a gig in Arizona, because I participate in the Fiddler's Dream online Zoom open mic, and all of a sudden I'm going to the Tucson Folk Festival. Like, oh, if you're coming through, do a gig for, it's been absolutely, live streaming has been absolutely amazing for me, and it's worked very well. And I'm grateful because I know it's been a struggle for many of my fellow musicians, and I give a lot of advice on live streaming. Probably you shouldn't ask me about the phone because I'm learning the limits of an iPhone while traveling, but if I'm at my home studio, I can tell you all sorts of things and help you out. So look me up and ask.
Cool. Well, you might get a few phone calls from
that's fine.
Listeners.
I get 2 or 3 a week as it is. It's okay.
When is your next online show?
I stream every Wednesday and every Sunday. Wednesdays is on Instagram at 5 p.m. That's Happy Hour with Deb. And every Sunday, such as this morning, about 7 hours ago, it's Brunch with Deb on Facebook at 11 a.m. So those are my 2 every week, whether I'm home or on the road. And then I said the first live gig I have is going to be March 28th at the Arizona Music Cooperative in Phoenix, Arizona. And by the way, I know Eric Ramsey. He's great. So, and then I'm going to head to the Tucson Folk Festival. So,
and how you feeling about getting back out on the road?
I'm really pretty excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited. And I have some other things. I'm going to be going to Philadelphia for 2 weeks in June. Again, it's all because of live streaming and meeting a whole bunch of Philly musicians in Delaware County. That's Delco County. And then I've got some relatives giving house concerts in New York. We figure anything you can do outside, or at least in a room with a really high ceiling, like the Arizona Music Crop, it meets in this huge church. I'm not worried, just wear your mask. Just, you don't have to sit right on top of people. So things are starting to get really interesting, and I'm in a really good space. Hope it lasts, because something weird will happen. It always does, but hopefully nothing too weird.
Well, from your lips to God's ears, may it be so. And thanks for lifting us up here with those wonderful, uplifting songs. I felt like I was in a British pub with that first one. So
it is a shanty. It's been fun. I've had the honor of singing that with like a whole restaurant full of people singing with me. It's just the kick, and it will be on my upcoming album. That is what I'm working on.
All right, all aboard.
All aboard. Yo ho. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
Well, thank you, Deb. That was an awesome way to finish. And our train is finally coming into the station. I would like to thank all of our performers. I'm just going to quick say their names one more time. It's not in any particular order. It's just what's on my Zoom screen, honestly. Deb Seymour and Valdoria and Tracy, Coletto and Michael R.J. Roth and Suzan, Lundy and Barrie, Dempsey, Melody Sunshine and Andee, Joyce. Did I get that right? Because it's all covered up. Darn it, I did. And our very own TK Tran. Thank you for being an engineer also. And thank you, Rick Merritt, for doing the interviews. Thank you, Dave Williams, for founding this wonderful show. And if you like the show, please don't keep it a secret. You can even download and print your own posters and hang them somewhere where folks can see them. You can even have your own Open Mic America t-shirt printed with our terrific logo. You just go to the website, go to the green room, and there are instructions for that there. And don't forget to check out our website in order to find the links to all these wonderful performers' websites and YouTube channels and anything that they have there, so you can hear more of their music and connect with them. We'll be coming to you the first 3 weekends of each month. Please check out your local open mics. We have more listed under the local open mics tab on the website. And our next show will be on February 13th with Daphne Ramil, yours truly, as your MC, Pete Summer as our interviewer, and Laura Bordowitz, who also is a host on the show, formerly known as MC, will be our new show engineer next time. So stay tuned for that. And now we're going to mute everybody, and everybody will wave goodbye. And we will say good night, America.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.